Tax fans, this is Alan Lent here with Executive Tax Solution, your tax defense team, with a real quick explanation on how tax planning can be an important aspect to your small business, and more importantly, how it can directly affect your bottom line. Now, first of all, we'll start over here with the quick slideshow defining basically what is tax planning. And I stole these definitions and the important key points that I put in here directly from this website from Forbes. I like to give attribution since that is the scholarly honest thing to do. So tax planning basically is an essential tool for business owners. Now, what is it exactly and how can it help your business? Well, simply put, tax planning is a long-term strategic approach to minimizing your tax liability. It's also a short-term, and I'll show that to you when I give you an example. And you can use tax planning to organize your finances, create business goals, and start taking steps to achieve them. You also use tax planning to work with tax planning professionals in order to help you stay ahead of that curve. Now, the last thing, and pretty much the biggest benefit is with tax planning, tax season can happen without stress. And so now I'm going to give you an example of a tax plan that we've created here at ETS, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so here is a tax strategy report that we did for a good friend of mine, Joe, over at Supreme Heating and Cooling. Okay. So basically, here's part of the objective is we want to take steps to beat the tax man. We know they're looking over us, even though we have no idea what they look like or how they operate. I mean, we can only guess. We just know that too often they're not professional, and the purpose of the creation is to catch us. So let's play a game and let's win. Okay, so here's the six main sections that we have. We won't go into detail, but I think when you see the highlights of each of these aspects, it'll make sense to you. So basically, we measure your demographics, your age, your marital status, how much income you have. We create a tax projection summary, which is really the meat and potatoes and also the answer to any tax situation that we have. We have strategic picks, the top 3. There are literally 100 things that you can do, but and more often than not, 3 of them will take care of 80–90% of the issues that you maybe have with taxes and in tax planning. And the whole objective is basically to save you money. Okay, there's a little bit of strategic details, and we'll just fly through that real quick. This is not going to be a long, boring lecture. It's just a quick highlight of what our software does for you. We'll show some tax tips and advice, and show you a quick deadline calendar. Okay, so basically that's your grading system. Okay, we have strategic overall benefits, difficulty ratings, audit risk, blah blah blah. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes. So naturally, what we do is we look at your demographics, and in Joe's case, he's newly married. This is his business name. He's an S Corp, which is what I try to make everyone do. And right off the bat, we anticipate that he'll be paying $28,000 for 2022. There's no state taxes, and we believe we can get him some payment and credits of $5,900. Okay, so his remaining amount of tax due would be $22,000. Okay. So here's basically a summary. We anticipate, now I'm using last year's numbers or the first three months of for the first quarter of 2022. I can't remember what I did exactly in this case because we did it several months ago. But with the numbers that I input, and what I do is I use last year's W-2, last year's in this case 1120S because he's an S Corp, or I use a quarter. So if you've been in business for 3 months, I can actually do a projection for you. Here's the projected expenses, his business income, wages that he's paying himself via payroll services that we provide. Here's a payroll through pass-through deductions that he could be getting, itemized deductions, and additional credits. So deductions and credits right now, we're looking at $38,000. His taxable income, if we included the payroll or the pass-through and his salary, would be $142,000. The payments would come out to $22,000, including withholdings. Okay? So here we are again. We see a total income of $181,000. And I've got deductions. If we do things our way, and if he takes on the three main ideas that we're talking to, we can get total deductions of $38,000. Okay, so taxable income, once again, all comes back to $142,000. We just pretty much justified that. Okay, so how do we do that? Three strategic picks that we have for him is Section 179 expenses. Joe buys lots of equipment. He buys trucks and vans and AC equipment. He rents cranes. He hires contractors. We're looking for ways for him to spend money that will make him money. How does that make sense? Well, right here, if he spent $45,000 on equipment that is necessary for his business, we can deduct $8,600 from that. We often recommend expense acceleration. So, if he buys office supplies, if he buys more equipment from vendors or has payments to vendors, renews the software, and spends $32,000, we can save him another $6,200. Income deferment. Let's say his vendors or his customers owe him $2,500 or $25,000 by September of this year. Joe can turn around and ask those guys, hey, how about making those payments or paying me in full January 1st? I've just saved you another $5,000 for 2022 tax year. Okay? So here are the details. Basically what we chose. Here's the details for the expense acceleration. And here's some other deductions that he could take to basically increase that amount. So those examples are current projected expenses, for meals, for annual meetings, for travel, for auto, for internet, telephone, office, legal, mortgage, non-cash donations, cash charities, health savings. There's another $8,000. Okay, income deferment. Here's some ramifications of that. Now, let me see if we got three choices here. Yeah, we had three choices. On that expense acceleration, we could choose. We can say, I'm not going to spend $32,000 in equipment, but I could spend 12, or I could spend 19, and here are the results of tax savings. Same thing with the income deferment. I think I want to get paid a little bit more. I want to get paid a little bit more rather than waiting till January for $25,000. I can wait for $12,000, and then I'm still going to get $2,500 savings. And then, of course, there's the stuff that Christy and your other investment advisors would be smarter on. But basically, SEP RAs is what I try to get my S Corps involved in. I send them to folks like Christy. But SEP RA, if you contribute $16,000, and if you did that for 10 years, you'd probably get $500,000 for retirement. But here's the savings that you would get on that particular year. Or you could do $5,000 and save $1,000. 14-day home rental. Now these are the real nitty-gritty ones. If you want to rent your home out for vacationers, you could do that. So there's a whole bunch of other choices, such as employing children to stuff envelopes, etc. Now there's really cool plans. You can put them on IRAs as well. From what I understand, they don't pay employment taxes, so it's pretty awesome. 401k planners, business entity planners, the pros and cons of the different types of entities that you have. Basically, here's the sole prop pros and cons, the C Corp, which almost no one does, at least at our level, and S Corp. And then there's capping off the business entity. Here's more investment stuff, Roth IRA planning, traditional planning, health savings planner. We put all this together in some software that we run overnight when we enter the numbers for you. So that's pretty much it. We have bunch of tax and tips advice for you. If you're interested, give us a call. We do business income tax, personal income tax, personal estimated tax payments. That's pretty much it. That's tax planning in a nutshell. If you have any questions, please give us a call. It's Alan at executivetaxsolution.com. We also have a site called taxfans.com, which we have a lot of contributing writers with tax advice. And that's pretty much it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.